walk into this room at your own risk, because it leads to the future. Not a future that will be, but one that might be. This is not a new world. It is simply an extension of what began in the old one.
Somebody's looking at me. Please help me. Help me. Help me.
Clark.
Please, somebody help me. Somebody's looking at me. Somebody's watching me. Help me.
Get him out of there.
Help me.
Quick.
Help me. Help me.
Release the subject on the double. Detail.
I take it you're sticking to this dream story of yours.
That's right. Every night I explain. Every night it's the same.
All right. Explain again.
When I die, you die. And everybody in this world dies because this world does not exist. It's a dream of mine. And can't you understand that?
I can't understand it or accept it because it doesn't make any kind of logical sense.
But it does. It's the only thing that does make logical sense.
I know you're not going to believe this. I'm not absolutely certain that I believe it myself. There's another dimension. I don't know how it exists or where it exists. But there's another world parallel to ours. The same people, the same places, most of the same chronology of events, except now and then there's something a little bit different. How do you know all this? Because I was there, John.
Everything is great, Hasty. Really great. It's just the way I always imagined it, except that well, just between you and me, Fats. I don't think I belong here. I don't think I fit in.
Oh, nonsense. Of course you do.
Oh, no, I mean it. It's just somebody must have goofed. If I gotta stay here another day, I'm gonna go nuts. Look, I don't belong in heaven, see? I want to go to the other place.
Heaven? Whatever gave you the idea you were in heaven, Mr. Valentine? This is the other place.
Of existence, about two parallel worlds that exist side by side, and each of us has a counterpart in this world, and sometimes through some freak, through something unexplainable, this counterpart, after the two worlds converge, comes into our world, and in order to survive, it has to take over.
Take over?
Replace us. Move us out so that it can live.
That's a little metaphysical for me.
I remember reading it somewhere. Each of us has a twin in this other world. An identical twin.
procedure now. Throw them into darkness for a few hours and then sit back and watch the pattern. They pick the most dangerous enemy they can find, and it's themselves.
But I take it this place is not unique.
By no means. Their world is full of maple streets. And we'll go from one to the other and let them destroy themselves.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, have you reached a verdict?
We have, Your Honor.
The defendant will rise.
We know that a dream can be real. But whoever thought that reality could be a dream? We exist, of course, but how? In what way? As we believe, as flesh and blood human beings? Or are we simply parts of someone's feverish, complicated nightmare? Think about it. And then ask yourself, do you live here, in this country, in this world? Or do you live instead in the Twilight Zone?
Welcome home. What's the matter, Bob?
That fence wasn't there when I left last week.
That fence was there when we bought the house. Outer space does things to memories, doesn't it? Let's go downstairs and have a cup of coffee. And don't let a white fence in the world for you.
I'll try not to. But what if?
I helped Mommy make the pie.
Now, honey, you know I don't take sugar. Now, tell Daddy what's the matter.
Daddy, you're different. There's something wrong.
Maggie! What does she mean I'm different?
I can't explain it to you. I don't know how.
I have changed, haven't I? Child sensed it. You have too. I don't know what it is that happened. Something did. Something is tearing us all apart. I've been going over a set of encyclopedias up there and jotting down some notes. I've uncovered some very revealing items. Men talked about who never existed. Men who existed and not even mentioned. There are some pretty basic historical facts that simply don't jive. The things I remember are not delusions. They're the legitimate recollections of things as I remember them. Some way, this world seems to have turned upside down for me. Not in every way, you understand. By and large, the people are the same. The names, the streets. It's as if there were another world parallel to mine. As if this world were almost a twin, except for some minor differences that happened somewhere along the line of evolution.
If all this is true, and you somehow, inexplicably, crossed over to the other dimension, then you're not who we think you are. And we're not who you think we are.
Welcome home.
It's good to be home.
A latter-day Voyager, just returned from an adventure. Submitted to you without any recommendations as to belief or disbelief. You can accept or reject. You pays your money and you takes your choice. But credulous or incredulous, don't bother to ask anyone for proof that it could happen. The obligation is a reverse challenge. Prove that it couldn't. This happens to be the Twilight Zone.